Al, the time has arrived.
It has finally come.
It is finally here to talk about DK Donkey Kong. He's the
Yes.
leader of the bunch.
You know him well.
Chunky's dead.
Well, you skipped ahead a little bit, but yes. Chunky is in fact dead.
Poison.
DK. Chunky's dead. It's one of my favorite memes on the internet. I don't know why it's so funny to me.
It's just good.
It's very good.
It's just good. Yes. Hello, welcome to this week's episode of Season Anime Checkup OVA. It's a podcast where we have conversations about video games, anime, and manga. Hello, I'm Jared, joined as always by Doc, Al, and Lady
Hello.
This is episode number 495, and it's finally time to talk about Donkey Kong 64. As Wikipedia would like to say, not to be confused with the superior Donkey Kong 94.
What?
It doesn't say superior, but it does say don't be confused with it.
Oh, okay, but those are very different numbers, so
They are very different numbers. I mean, you flip the 6 and the 9,
nice.
and that's how that happens there.
I see.
Donkey Kong 64, an infamous video game. DK is back.
He's got some friends.
He's got some friends here. Unfortunately, though, because we're talking about this game, that means the bear and bird are not back.
The bear and bird are not back. Which is unfortunate because they're my faves.
I mean, they would be coming out, like, soon after.
Tui? Yes.
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 The following year. Yes, Donkey Kong 64. It's a video game. It came out on November the 22nd, 1999 in North America for the N64, and then December 6th and December 10th for PAL and Japanese regions. I guess this is the sequel to Donkey Kong Country 3.
Sure is.
The first game to require the N64 expansion pack.
Yep. That's where I got mine.
Do you remember what the second game to require the expansion pack is?
Majora's Mask?
Correct!
I'm good.
This and Majora's Mask, the only games that require you to have the expansion pack.
Oh. I've got both of the carts over there. I'm pointing where you can see, but they're over there.
Mm-hmm. Game's like, what are you pointing at?
Yeah, that's fair.
That is fair.
And they're the two colored ones. DK64 is yellow and Majora's Mask is gold, and it has like a like holographic type thing on it. But yeah, the expansion thingy that's in my Nintendo 64 that is down that way, that is from this game.
There you go.
So yes, I've been playing it for a while.
This game has on the Metacritic a 90 out of 100, which is interesting. It was the second best-selling N64 game of 1999.
What was the first?
Pokemon Snap.
Okay, yeah, that tracks.
Yeah. It was also the sixth top-selling game of 1999. Regardless,
overall?
Yeah. And then by 2004, it had sold 5.27 million copies, with 2.3 million of those coming from North America alone. It won some Nintendo Power Awards for Best Overall Game, Best N64 Game, Best Adventure Game, Best Graphics, Best Music, Best Sound.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. I don't know if I would give some of those awards to it, but you know.
Yeah, I could see that.
So there you go. There's DK6 Al showing us Donkey Kong 64. You can't see it because this is an audio podcast, but that was it. I saw it. There's Majora's Mask.
I've been in the game a while, man.
It's true. Yeah, the only things that outsold Donkey Kong 64 in 1999 was Pokemon, which of course Pokemon Snap being ahead of it, and then the four games that were above it, as in general, was Pokemon Blue, Red, and Yellow, and Pokemon Pinball.
Oh wow. Okay, so just all
I mean, it
Pokemon.
is 1999. It is Pokemon
No,
Fever.
no, that's fair. That's fair.
So,
I had the 64 DK fever,
mhm.
not the Pokemon. My cousin had Pokemon Snap, but I never played it. I mean, I played it, but I didn't like play it.
You get to take pictures of
The
the
Pokemans.
Pokemans.
Um, yeah, I loved this game when I was a kid. I played the heck out of it. Actually, I could say hell because they say it in the song.
He's one hell of a guy.
He's one hell of a guy.
Brady for everyone.
Yes. I remember playing so much of this game. Um, although it is quite funny because I remember a lot more of it than I did um like when I first came back to Banjo-Kazooie, like after I owned it finally. I was like, oh, I remember all this. I remember all this. I remember all this until I got to a certain point, which is when I always had to return it to the rental store.
Mm-hmm.
So once I owned it, I was like, oh, shoot, I remember all this. And then I'm like, I don't know what to do. Um, but DK64, since I owned it outright, I remember a lot more of what I had to do here.
Mm-hmm.
You got to experience some of it.
Mm-hmm.
You watched me play.
Yes.
Um, I don't hate the game.
Uh-huh.
Banjo
But
Kazooie is so much better.
I mean, even just from
Um,
like I didn't play this or anything. I just watched you play it, but like
mm,
I would say just like graphically, gameplay wise, like Banjo 1 just looks and just seems like it feels and plays so much better than this.
and it's just a very like it's a much tighter
Mm-hmm.
experience,
Yeah.
and that like it never outstays its welcome. There's nothing that you're just like, this is an absolute absurd thing that you want me to do. Like that dang beaver game. Ugh. This is gonna be the death of me if I ever try and do it again. But like I went back after I beat DK64 and I did the first stage in Banjo Kazooie. And I was like, no, this is brilliant. This is a brilliant game. But like mechanically it just functions better. Like you said, it's a lot nicer to look at. Which is weird because this one came after that. You would
Mm-hmm.
think that it would look nicer.
Well, I think that could also be a byproduct of them just jamming as much into this game as they possibly could.
That's
Literally,
true.
that they needed to make an expansion pack for the console to make this game run.
Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, collect 100 bananas for each Kong
Mm-hmm.
and collect 5 big bananas for each Kong. And this is per stage. And then collect a blueprint for each Kong. Um, and then obviously you have like coins that you have to pick up and other random things that you can grab. Uh, and then the banana fairies are also there. You have to take pictures of them. It's a lot that you have to do. And like by the time I got to hmm well, I kind of enjoyed some of the factory, but by the time that I was doing like I did the water level before that, I was like, this level sucks. This level's not fun at all. And then I just done the factory and it's like, okay, this is fine. And then every level after that, I was like, nah, I'm exhausted. I don't want to do it anymore. So I just kind of did a speed run so I could finish it at that point.
Yeah.
Which this is the first time I've actually ever beaten Donkey Kong 64.
Yay! Aren't you so excited?
I feel accomplished, and now know like what the final boss is, which is kind of crazy. Well, I knew it was going to be King K. Rool, but I didn't know what it was set up like. That was wild. Um, but it is crazy to me that after all these years, I finally beat it.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that was holding me back all this time was the original Donkey Kong. So other collectibles, you have to get the Nintendo coin and the rare coin in order to beat the game. And I got the rare coin, but I could not get the Nintendo one. Rip me.
Rip you.
I guess the Kongs themselves are also kind of collectibles. You have to like unlock them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you have Diddy Kong, you have Lanky Kong, you have Tiny Kong, and then you have Chunky Kong, who is dead.
Who is dead?
And I also learned that he's related to Tiny and Dixie, which I did not know, which makes him also related to Kitty.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
They made Cranky like a weird potion
Mad
seller.
scientist.
Yeah. And then they militarized Funky.
Yeah, why would they do that to him?
Shaking my head.
He wouldn't join the military.
He's too funky.
Actually, did he in the lore of the Kong Wars join the military?
I mean, it's a solid question.
Candy runs a music store kind
Mhm.
of. And she also gives you melons, which I was like, that's a little on the nose that
It's a rare game.
Yep, she gives you melons. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that you have the blueprint guy, which you give him many, many blueprints, and that gives you more time at the end to do the things. Because you have to go through each Kong's stuff.
I know when I was watching you play it, we kind of talked about just the game as a whole and everything, and how, like, what the development of this game had to have been like. Because like part of it just like, I mean, it's just the way it looks and everything, and how like jam packed of stuff it is. Like, there's part of me that feels like, or at least when we were thinking about it like that, it felt kind of like rushed.
Yeah.
Especially to get it out after Banjo and then between Banjo 1 and 2E. And I think that might actually kind of be the case here, because this talks about how like they originally were going to make this a 2.5D platformer.
Really?
When they started production of it after DKC3 in 97, and worked on that for 18 months before they decided to switch it to basically making it kind of like Banjo.
Huh.
And if this doesn't come out till late 99, and it took them 18 months to make something and then they scrapped it, that's like mid 98 that they're restarting development on this game, and then just kind of slapping on top of the Banjo engine.
I wonder what the other game would have been like.
Supposedly it was just going to be like another Donkey Kong Country game, similar in that aspect, like not full 3D and everything.
Right.
So I think that would have been very interesting for sure. But yeah, like, that does not give them a lot of time to kind of make such a bombastic game as they did here, for sure.
Right.
And then also they were going to use stop and swap in this game.
Yeah, I've heard that.
But of course,
Nintendo put the kibosh on that.
Nintendo like, no, can't do that. Which again probably is also something that would hinder development a little bit. But yeah, this is just I think as a whole, this game is just so weird. Like, I understand the idea of just like, all right, we made Banjo-Kazooie, and that was like a interesting collectathon type game and everything. What if we made that so much bigger with more characters and collectibles and everything? And it's just like, I don't think they understood that more is necessarily better, or you don't need to make so much excess in your game. I think this is a learning lesson for them. Because, like, once you get to 2E and, the bear and bird are back.
Right.
It is not as ginormous as this is.
Right.
It is scaled back again.
It does still have the like backtracking thing that you have to do here,
Hmm.
but yeah, it even then like the first 3/4 of Banjo-Tooie are still very, very good.
Hmm.
Um, and I'm not sure that I'm not sure DK64 makes it to 3/4. And man, it's got some like janky camera and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's just that was a problem of the time, but
But Banjo
yeah,
Kazooie
yeah,
doesn't have that
yeah. I was
problem.
gonna say like banjos did not have that as much of a problem as this does.
Right. Like
Um,
it definitely is way more noticeable here than it ever was in Banjo.
yeah,
And like it's worth mentioning, I did play this on like a 64 controller, not the weird 3-arm one, but like a version of the 64 controller. And so like I kind of have the control scheme that was
yeah. You were playing it as
native,
intended, basically,
and
for the
yeah,
most
it
part.
still was heckin' janky.
Hmm.
Yeah, I like I said, I don't have the 3-arm version, but it has like the C buttons and no second stick and all that. So I was playing it the way they wanted me to, which I just now found out has widescreen.
It do be
And
wide.
that's kind of interesting. Um, do you think Funky Kong in the Kong Wars was a pilot?
I mean, what else would he have been? A surfer?
I don't know. Maybe he could have been like a resistance person. But I was just like, wait, he had an airplane. Maybe he was a pilot.
Maybe.
Interesting. Um, yeah. You also have to like get the skills, and then I forgot that you have to also gather crowns by doing the fight things. Um, God, there's so much in this game that you have to get. So much.
So much.
And like some of them you barely even use. Like there's a move with Tiny Kong that like she stands on one pad and then it warps her somewhere else. You basically use it in one level and then like to get to the end. And that's it. So I think I used that ability 3 times total. It's like why? Why is this here?
Hmm.
But I mean, yeah, I think if they had cut this game in half, it would have been great. Well, I don't know about great. It would have been fine. Um, and I will tell you that that final boss is some bull. It would have taken me forever to do that if I had not had save states. Same
Hmm.
with the original Donkey Kong, but that's neither here nor there. Um, but you have to fight King K. Rool as every single Kong in different ways. And one of them is Diddy's jetpack, which has like the worst controls of the entire game. And I almost died even with save states doing that one. I had a half, no, I had a quarter, no, I had a half of a melon left. I had a half of a melon of all my melons because I just kept getting hit as Diddy because the controls are so bad with a jetpack. Like it's painful how bad they are. Which I guess should be mentioned since I finally beat this game. The final boss with King K. Rool is like a wrestling match.
Hmm.
Which is interesting.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, you have to do each Kong's version. I don't even remember what Donkey Kong's was. He was there. Um, and then Diddy's was the jetpack. Tiny's was you had to shrink and go inside of his shoe and shoot his toes.
Pew pew.
It, it was pretty gnarly. Um, Lanky's was you had to use his stretchy arms to like hit a switch that dropped a banana peel, and then you had to King K. Rool at this point has a bucket on his head, or not a bucket, it's a one of the lights on his head so he can't see. So you have to get the banana peel, put it on the mat, and then make a sound so he comes running at you and trips on it. Um, and then Chunky's is that he comes like charging at you, and you have to become huge chunky and just like time a punch, like a charge punch. Which the timing is kind of wonky on that, of course, but it's fine. I legitimately do not remember what Donkey Kong's was. I feel like
Okay.
I feel like it had something to do with the ropes, like the what's what's the thing called?
Fines.
What
Ropes.
for the wrestling stage?
Yeah, the ropes.
Are they just ropes?
Mhm.
I feel like it had something to do with that, but I legitimately do not remember. But one, I was not expecting a wrestling match. Two, good lord, that's a lot to ask of someone to do. Like, don't fail with all of these Kongs, which, to be fair, they do all have separate health, which is nice. So, like, me going into all the rest of them, I didn't have like a half a melon after Diddy's. I just got a refresh after. So that was helpful. Um, yeah, it was a lot. Um, and then King K. Rool has a brother, I think, who is in prison, and you free him, and then he's like, I'm gonna beat up my brother and then go sailing with the Kongs on me.
All right.
Yeah. It was interesting. Um I did not get 100% was Pichu an extra ending, but um
I think you were good.
I don't hate myself that much.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I cannot do the beaver game. You saw that. That game is impossible. Did it make any sense to you?
No.
It's stupid, and like apparently they regret putting that in there, but you know, they should. Um but yeah, if you get the extra ending, then you get like basically like a weird like outtakes photo shoot type thing with everybody. And so you get things like Donkey Kong and K. Rool like playing patty cake together. You get the mermaid and Candy, and then Tiny in the middle doing like sexy poses, and I was like, this feels weird to have Tiny here.
Yeah.
Like why are we doing this? And then it's a lot of just like goofy stuff because that's what people did at that time. For like outtakes and that kind of thing. It's like, how do I make something absolutely absurd here that makes no sense? So definitely not worth getting 100% for all that. Um, man, I don't know. Like, there's parts of this game that I really do like, and then there's parts of this game that I'm just like, throw it into a fire, please save me.
Yeah, I mean, like Donkey Kong as well as like a series kind of went into a weird limbo after this game
Mm-hmm.
because like they didn't really do many mainline titles post 64.
Well, they also lost Rare,
They
so
also lost Red. I mean, that is obviously a thing, but like even then, it was just like
it took until like the Wii or the Wii U to get. I think we had one on the GameCube, but it was not like anything.
Jungle Beat.
Okay, yeah.
Use the bongos
The bongos,
along with
yes.
Donkey Konga.
Donkey
I mean,
Konga.
yeah, there was, so like that was a thing if you want to
Oh,
count
the
that
instruments. I forgot that
as
as
a
a collectible too.
mainline series. Like there was a lot of like the Mario versus Donkey Kong stuff, but like
Yeah.
as like pure Donkey Kong and the Kong stuff, like if you don't count Jungle Beat, you wait till Country Returns in 2010 for the Wii, which
Yeah,
is
that's what I
just
was gonna do.
a kind of like a return of the Country series.
Yep.
And then they do Tropical Freeze in 2014, and
Hmm.
then Bonanza last year was the first 3D platformer they had done since 64.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so
Wow.
this series was like the Donkey Kong stuff was like really popping before this game came out, and then afterwards it's just like almost a barren wasteland for
Yeah.
25 years.
Well, and a lot of people, I am not a lot of people for the record, but a lot of people do attribute this game as like the downfall of like collectathon type
Mm-hmm.
games. Which is interesting because as you said earlier, like the the reviews on it were really good. Um, but I mean, there's just too much to collect here.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those things. Like at the time, you're just like, "Oh wow, this is all so cool and big," and then as time passes, you're just like, maybe there's a little too much stuff in this video game. And again, I
Hmm.
think that also is like when you look at it compared to like, what they do with Tui afterwards as well. It's just like, oh, maybe there was too much stuff in this. Maybe they were a little
Tui
too
has
big for
that
their
problem
britches.
too.
But I mean, like, compared to 64, it's like not
Oh
as
yeah.
bad.
No, it's definitely not as bad. Yeah, 64 just went way too crazy on the amount of things you had to collect.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's kind of absurd, really, how many things you have to collect in this game. Um, but yeah, it's again, I don't think that this is the downfall of that genre. I think that things just kind of shifted for a while. Because there's obviously still interest in this, but some of it is tied back to nostalgia. But
Mm-hmm.
um, I mean, the thing is if you make a really good game, then whatever.
I think as well, like especially in this time period, everyone was chasing the high of Super Mario 64.
Of course, yes.
Um, and now we're in 19 late 99 when this comes out, and then
Hmm.
2000 when Banjo Tooie comes out, and like by that point, I feel like the whimsical 3D platformer was kind of just fading out in general in terms of just like what the audience of video games were looking for, because
Yeah.
like once you get into like 2001 onwards, like this, like you said, like this genre just kind of like doesn't super exist as much anymore. Like there wasn't as many people out there just like making these kinds of games. It was more less whimsical and more we were getting into like let's make serious mature games.
9/11 happened.
Also that
I mean, I say that kind of as a joke, but also
that did usher
like
in a boom of militaristic shooters and everything. So
yes, exactly. Like it kind of changed the game in a lot of ways. So, you know, there's that.
I mean, when you think like obviously like this comes out to like 2 years before the GameCube comes out, right?
Yeah.
How many big 3D platformers are on the GameCube that Nintendo makes outside of Super Mario Sunshine?
I'm trying to look at my GameCube selection to see if I can.
I mean, if you like if you want to count like Wind Waker and Twilight Princess in that boat, you could.
Well, Twilight Princess I count more as a Wii game.
Sure, but I mean, it does count. It does.
It was on the GameCube, yeah. But
um.
I wouldn't consider Wind Waker in that category, really. I mean, it doesn't play nearly in the same vein as like one of these or Mario Sunshine. But if you do want to count it, you can count it.
But even then, it's like there's not a whole lot that's
Mm-mm.
like super out there. I mean, like it kind of helped as well that like Sega went multi-platform around the same time, so like that was a little bit of a boost.
Right.
Um,
So you get like Adventure 2 and all that.
which again is just like
Sonic.
a is that a port or was Adventure 2 like released outside of the Dreamcast?
I thought it was
I don't
not a port. I thought it
I
came
don't
out on both of them, but
remember.
um
I put in Sega Adventure 2.
Nope, that's a different thing.
It was Dreamcast first, and then GameCube.
Okay.
But yeah, like I mean, just like when you think of the GameCube, like there's not you don't really think of like a ton of big 3D platformers as you do with like the N64, where everyone was like, "Yo, Mario 64, what the heck? We gotta do that.
We gotta do that.
We gotta do that."
Yeah, and um you are aware I'm a Mario 64 defender, whereas you're a hater. Um, but even then, like I'm gonna go back to it. I think Banjo-Kazooie is a better game than Mario 64. Like I think it looks better, I think it plays better. I think like it's a lot more interesting in terms of like what you have to do in the worlds. I'm gonna make some Nintendo fan real, real mad by saying that.
I mean, also the benefit of having 2 years of development over
Yeah, of course.
64, but yeah.
Of course. But I'm just saying, like, I really do think Banjo-Kazooie was the peak of that genre on this system, at least.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure that there's been a ton of games, at least in this general vicinity, that like would surpass it because it's such a good game. And it's got Baron Bird.
Burn Baird.
Bird,
Burn Bird back.
Um, you know what I think is interesting though about DK64?
What's that?
Um, so the two of us obviously watched the Mario movie, not Galaxy, but the one before that.
Right.
And there's a Donkey Kong section,
Mm-hmm.
and they have some characters in there. They have Diddy Kong, Dixie Kong, Cranky Kong, and Chunky Kong.
But he's dead.
But he's dead. But it's like, do you think they included Chunky specifically because Chunky's dead and they had to try and disprove that?
No.
Because otherwise, why would you put Chunky in over like
It is
any of the other
weird
characters?
because, like you said, they didn't really do much with like these 64 characters outside of this game.
No, Tiny, they made her grow up and she's in a karting game.
But like outside of that, I know they do some references to them in Bonanza.
Bonanza, yes, they do.
But like you really don't hear much about these characters at all. It's just usually like DK, Diddy, Dixie, Cranky and Funky, and that's kind of it.
Yep. It's weird that they specifically were like, why don't we include Chunky here?
Maybe there's big fans of Chunky.
Maybe. I'm gonna show you something.
That was the condition for them to be able to get the DK rap in, is they had to include Chunky.
Yeah, but then they didn't even freaking credit the man.
No. Chunky's dead.
Chunky's dead. Okay, so this is Tiny as you know her. Right?
She's tiny. That's tiny.
Look what they did to my girl later on.
She's gonna sell you drugs.
She looks like she's gonna sell me drugs. Like, what is that? And why isn't she tiny anymore?
She grew up.
Why didn't I grow up?
Well, you didn't have you didn't find the power up to do it.
Dang it. I'm still small.
Mm-hmm. Done goofed.
Yeah, man, that Tiny Kong outfit though is like the most like 1999 outfit I've ever seen.
Yep.
Like the chucks, the like flower on the overalls, the beanie, like my God. That's such a
It's all
relic of
there.
the time. Like I definitely wore that outfit at some point. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
I wore some version of that outfit because like that's what the fashion was. Um, but it's so funny seeing that versus like all the other characters where they are dressed like relatively normalish. I mean, Chunky's got that like vest thing on, kind of weird, but um, yeah, I do wonder why they put Chunky in.
I don't know.
That's where I was going with that anyway. And then obviously like Dixie was in the movie. Dixie was in Bonanza. It's
Not
like
in
they've got
this.
no. That's what I'm saying. She was not in 64. They decided to go with Tiny, who had the same hairspin.
Hmm.
Um, and Tiny is her sister.
And then there's Chunky.
He's dead. And then there's Lanky, who's an orangutan, and I'm like, you're okay.
The freak.
He is kind of a freak. I love him though. He makes the same sound as Kazooie does when she does her walk, that when he walks on his hands like a freak.
Like a freak.
I pulled him out at one point while you were watching. He was like, "That's a freak."
I mean, not wrong.
No, it's good. It was just very funny that I pulled him out, and you're just like, "That's a freak." Yeah, and Linky's just kind of out of place, but he's a fun character to play as.
He's
Really,
there.
yeah. He's him and Tiny are kind of my go-tos if I have to do like a character in the overworld while I'm looking for stuff.
Yeah.
I'm always gonna go with Tiny or Lanky because of his hand crawl thing, and his like range with his spinny arms. And then obviously Tiny has her helicopter move.
Good maneuverability.
Yeah, both of them are very good at that. So those were my two go-tos. I don't know, this is a weird game. It's
Yeah.
weird to go back to. I was very, very excited when it got dropped on NSO. Um, and I had fun for a while. I think that's what I can say is I had fun for a
It
while.
was good to be able to go back and see it and for you to understand the game
Mm-hmm. And finally beat it.
and finally beat it, but also just like see it in a current context compared to like your nostalgia and how you really feel about the game now.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, I don't hate it, but I definitely don't love it.
Yeah.
Um, it also reminds me of the time that I was trying to hook up my 64 to the 4K TV. And I had DK64 in there as like a tester, and it kept like resetting the system for whatever reason and then going to the DK wrap, and I felt like I was going insane. Do you remember that?
I do.
I felt like I was going completely insane at that point because it just kept resetting and it kept playing that song. I don't even know how it was resetting. It didn't make any sense. I was playing with the the visual core. I think probably what happened is I was playing with it and it like would get to a point where it would loop or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it was, but it was making me so mad. Um, they they should credit Grant Kirkhope for his work.
They should.
Yep. Um, any other thoughts? We didn't talk about the plot. The bananas are stolen. You got to get the bananas back.
It's a Donkey Kong game. That's the plot of every single Donkey Kong game.
King K. Rool is there. He's brought his island. He's brought it up next to DK Island, and he's got his imprisoned brother that you got to save.
Yep.
That's the plot.
Yep.
Um,
Okay.
any other thoughts about DK64?
Okay.
I think I've shown you the video of the rotoscoped Lanky Kong reaction
Yeah.
watching the DK
Yes.
rap.
Yes.
It's such a good video.
But yeah, that's Donkey Kong 64. It's a video game.
It sure is a video game.
Of all the video games, it is one of them.
It is one of them.
Born out for our friend Chunky.
He's dead.
He's dead.
If you don't use an image of like Chunky's funeral as the image for this podcast, then we've done something wrong.
I'll have to remember.
You'll hear this and you'll be like, oh, right.
I will. You're right. Ugh. But yeah, that's going to do it for us this week. So if you'd like more from us, head on over to seasonalanimeCheckup.com or sac.cool where you can find past episodes of this podcast and other podcasts like Jared Now Watch. You can also find columns and reviews on the site as well. If you'd like more from Ann Ladium, go to annladium.com. She's got columns and reviews. You can follow us on Blue Sky at seasonalanimeCheckup.com. You can buy our books, One Shiny Moment, a critical analysis of Love, Life, Sunshine, Hot Tubs, and Pack Pain on Amazon.com. And you can support us on Patreon, patreon.com/SACOVA. Buy us a slice of pizza, get access to unedited versions of the podcast early. Our monthly exclusive Patreon podcast. We'll have a new episode of that out soon. Maybe by the time this is up, maybe not. Maybe sometime very quickly. And also we'll have a new episode of Ranking of PlayStation Games.
Yay!
That'll be out as well around the time this comes up or soon after.
Mm-hmm.
So you can find past episodes of both of those exclusive Patreon series and also some other bonus content on the Patreon as well. It's a fun time over there. Next week, we'll have something else to talk about as we move into the month of July.
We have a list though.
It's true. Our of course we'll have to talk about something on July the 4th.
Oh.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
So we'll figure out something and talk about it then.
Great.